Imagine this. The slow turning paddle of a stainless steel ice cream maker churning a glossy, molten, dark mahogany chocolate gelato base. Ribbons and folds of glistening chocolate forming where the metal sweeps the bowl side. The texture transforming in real time from pourable liquid into silky, soft-set gelato. A warm water-dipped silver spoon lifts a perfect quenelle from the bowl. The surface velvet smooth, so deep it is almost black-brown. The first taste, intense, bittersweet 70% dark chocolate, silky, cool fat, faint mineral salt, a hint of vanilla. No graininess, no iciness, just pure, pure chocolate. This is Italian-style chocolate gelato, tenser than American ice cream, more intensely chocolate, served warmer at -12°C, so it melts on your tongue. Tonight, we make it from scratch, gram by gram, degree by degree. I am joined by Sicilian Gelato master Marco Bianchi, 30 years at his family's gelateria in Catania, and French pastry chef Sophie Laurent, trained at École Valrhona.
Mamma mia, Anna! Cioccolato fondente, the dark chocolate gelato. This is heart of Italian gelato tradition. Now listen to me carefully, because gelato is not ice cream, you understand? Bellissimo! American ice cream, you put 35% fat, you whip in 50% air, you serve at -18°C, almost 0 Fahrenheit, hard like stone. Italian gelato, only 10 to 15% fat, only 25 to 30% air. You serve at -12°C, 10 Fahrenheit. So gelato is denser, more intense flavor, because less air, less fat hiding the chocolate, and more soft, melting on the tongue immediately. This is why 1 scoop of real Sicilian gelato tastes like 5 scoops of American ice cream. Ecco, today we make the proper Italian way.
Voilà, and the chocolate matters enormously. For 1 liter of gelato, we use 2 chocolate ingredients working together. 70 grams of unsweetened Dutch process cocoa powder, and please use Valrhona or Cluizel. Dutch process means the cocoa has been alkalized, treated with potassium carbonate, exactly, which raises the pH from 5.5 to 7.5, makes the color much darker mahogany, and smooths out the harsh tannic edge. Natural cocoa is too astringent for gelato. Plus 100 grams of 70% dark chocolate, finely chopped. I prefer Valrhona Guanaja for the aromatic profile, or Manjari for the red fruit notes. The cocoa gives intense chocolate flavor, and the dark chocolate adds chocolate liquor, and the cocoa butter that gives gelato its silky smooth mouthfeel. Bien sûr, you can use any 70% dark, but quality matters here. Chocolate is half the dish.
Now, ingredient for 1 liter, 6 perfect serving. Listen carefully. 500 milliliter latte intero, the whole milk, 3.5% fat. 250 milliliter panna, the heavy cream, 35% fat. Together, 1 ratio of 2 to 1 milk to cream. This is correct gelato fat ratio. Perfetto! Then 30 gram glucose syrup. Mamma mia, do not skip! The glucose, it is a sugar, but it interfere with ice crystal formation. Keep the gelato silky smooth, no icy texture. È molto importante. 100 gram custard sugar, fine white sugar. 4 tuorli d'uovo, 4 large egg yolk, about 70 gram. 70 gram Valrhona cocoa, 100 gram Valrhona guanaja, 70%. 1 gram fine sea salt, cucchiaino vaniglia, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. And finally, 1,5 gram xanthan gum, the stabilizer. Solo questo, that is everything.
And here is the critical custard step. This is where most home cooks fail. In a heavy-bottomed saucepan, combine the 500 milliliters of whole milk, the 250 milliliters of heavy cream, and the 30 grams of glucose syrup. Heat over medium to exactly 60 degrees Celsius, 140 Fahrenheit. Use a digital probe thermometer. Écoutez. While the dairy heats, in a separate bowl, whisk together the 4 egg yolks, the 100 grams of castor sugar, and the 70 grams of Dutch-processed cocoa until smooth. You will get a thick mahogany brown paste. Now temper. Slowly pour about 1/3 of the hot dairy into the yolk mixture in a thin stream, while whisking constantly. This raises the yolk temperature gently. Pour the tempered yolk mixture back into the saucepan with the remaining dairy. Return to low-medium heat and cook, stirring constantly with a silicone spatula to exactly 82 degrees Celsius, 180 Fahrenheit. Do not exceed 85 Celsius. At 85, the egg proteins coagulate and you have scrambled.
Subito, off heat, immediately add the 100-gram chopped dark chocolate. Stir with the spatula until completely melted, about 2 minutes. The residual heat from the custard at 82 Celsius is perfect to melt the chocolate without burning. Now add 1 gram salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and the 1,5 gram xanthan gum. Sprinkle the xanthan slowly while whisking vigorously, otherwise it clump like glue, mamma mia. Strain the whole mixture through fine mesh sieve into a clean bowl set in larger bowl of ice water. Questo the ice bath. Stir occasionally for 10 minutes until the mixture cool to about 10 Celsius. Scusi, è bellissimo. Now the most important step that 90% of home
Yes, the aging step, also called maturation, is absolutely essential and is the difference between a good gelato and a transcendent one. Refrigerate the chocolate base at exactly 4 degrees Celsius, 40 Fahrenheit, for a minimum of 4 hours and ideally 12 hours. During aging, 3 things happen. First, the cocoa particles fully hydrate and bloom, releasing all their aromatic compounds. Second, the milk fat crystallizes into these small, stable structures that give gelato its silky mouthfeel. Third, the xanthan gum or stabilizer fully hydrates and develops its viscosity. Skip this step and your gelato will taste flat, feel grainy, and develop ice crystals within days. With proper aging, the chocolate flavor deepens dramatically and the texture becomes velvet. Smell the base before and after. Voilà, the difference is profound. C'est la vraie différence entre amateur et professionnel.
Final step, the churning. Pour the aged base into mantecatore, the ice cream maker. Churn 20 to 25 minutes on medium speed until the mixture thickens to soft serve consistency, like soft ribbons of gelato falling from the paddle. If you have professional Italian mantecatore, Carpigiani or Cattabriga, only 12 minutes. Now transfer to clean container, smooth the top, press parchment paper directly onto surface to prevent ice crystal, lid on top, freeze in deepest part of freezer at -18 Celsius for at least 4 hours. To serve, take out 20 minutes before serving, place in fridge to warm to the proper gelato serving temperature of -12, -12 Celsius, 10 Fahrenheit. Then scoop with warm water-dipped silver spoon into a perfect quenelle. Serve in small white porcelain bowl or cone. Garnish with cocoa nib if you like. Buon appetito! Madonna, this is paradise!
3 takeaways. First, the ratio. For 1 liter of Italian-style chocolate gelato, 6 servings, you need 500 milliliters of whole milk, 250 milliliters of heavy cream, 30 grams of glucose syrup, 4 large egg yolks, 100 grams of castor sugar, 70 grams of Valrhona Dutch processed cocoa powder, 100 grams of Valrhona guanaja or mangiare 70% dark chocolate finely chopped, 1 gram of fine sea salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1.5 grams of xanthan gum. Second, the custard temperature is non-negotiable. Heat the milk, cream, glucose to 60 Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit, whisk into the yolk sugar cocoa paste, return to low heat and cook stirring to exactly 82 Celsius or 180 Fahrenheit. Never exceed 85 Celsius. Off heat, melt in the dark chocolate, add the salt and vanilla and xanthan, strain into a bowl over ice, then age in the refrigerator at 4 Celsius or 40 Fahrenheit for at least 4 hours and ideally 12. Third, churn the aged base 20 to 25 minutes in the ice cream maker. Freeze 4 hours minimum at -18 Celsius, then warm 20 minutes in the fridge before serving at -12 Celsius or 10 Fahrenheit. That is the proper gelato temperature, warmer and softer than American ice cream's -18/0 Fahrenheit. Scoop with a warm spoon into perfect quenelles. Thank you, Marco Bianchi. Thank you, Sophie Laurent. Until next time.